This place, with its extreme beauty and remoteness, was once among the best kept secrets in the world. Before 1975, it was known as Hell on Earth, or even the Devil's Island of Vietnam. Then its natural beauty was discovered, and now famous world travel magazines call it a paradise for tourists, divers, and wildlife lovers.
Can you guess where I am?
Con Dao.
In Tamanai. Yes, his information is absolutely correct. I'm on Con Dao Island, and I'm about to embark on one of my most eagerly anticipated journeys during my stay in Vietnam. My name is Rodwell Chigomi, and welcome to Vietnam Discovery.
After a 60-minute plane ride from the frenetic streets of Ho Chi Minh City, I finally arrived on Con Dao, the main island in the 16-island chain of Con Dao. I'm surrounded by the sound of waves and the silence. Unlike anywhere I've been in Vietnam, this place feels like it's stuck in a time warp. Lying in a convenient area on the sea route that links Asia and Europe, Con Dao was known to Westerners very early on. It is said that in 1294, Italian explorer Marco Polo, on his way back home from China, encountered a storm and had to stop in the Con Dao Islands. From then until the 16th century, many groups of European travelers and traders visited the islands. In the late 18th century, King Gia Lam, a Vietnamese emperor, originally built the prison in Con Dao.
So this local temple was built to pay homage to Lady Phi Yen, wife of Nguyen Emperor Gia Lam.
The temple is a 1958 remake of the late 19th century original, which was destroyed by the French. To some, Lady Phi Yen is considered the first prisoner on the island. The story goes that she was thrown into an isolated cell in Con Dao, left to die by her husband, King Gia Lam, when he departed from the island. However, she survived with the help of mythical creatures, a monkey and a tiger, only to commit suicide later to protect her virtue.
So this temple honors her tragic tale, her fortitude, and her love of peace. Now this is a definite must-see if you just want to get a better understanding of the history of Con Dao.
On the way back to the main town, I stopped by the tranquil Lotus Pond. The local, who is friendly enough to guide me around the pond, tells me that the beautiful and fragrant lotus is a symbol for Lady Phi Yen. Her virtues like the flowers that are always elegant and charming in the sun and wind, despite the loneliness of the island. The remoteness of the Con Dao Islands was fully exploited by the French, who in 1862 built a large prison complex here to house the most important Vietnamese political prisoners. From then until 1975, for 113 years, Con Dao became a hell on earth. The ruins of the sprawling prisons are still in place for visitors to stroll through today. High Jail, built in 1862, is the oldest prison on the main island. At the peak of its existence as a prison island, Con Dao housed 22,000 prisoners who all lived in horrible conditions. They were often chained in a row and tortured. Just looking at the statues is hard for me. The cells, or sa'lim, housed prisoners who were considered dangerous or who had tried to escape. They lived in minimal conditions. The statues demonstrate the uprising of the prisoners against the brutal treatment of the prison administration. I have been to many places in the world, and I consider myself a fearless traveler. However, these places, especially the harrowing tiger cages, are enough to make me claustrophobic.
Now, as you can see, we're about to enter the infamous French tiger cages. These cages were really well disguised, whether it was this part that was disguised using vegetable gardens or the actual cages themselves being covered up by two outer rows of cells. Now, these cages were around for about 30 years until a US delegation came across them and exposed them to the world. Wow, so as you can see, I'm at the infamous tiger cages, which can be found at Phu Tuong prison. Now, these cages caused so much condemnation where male prisoners and female prisoners had to be moved. Guards used to taunt the prisoners with sticks and throw down showers of caustic lime. Now, I've been here for a few moments. I can just feel these cold shivers that have come up my spine. Clearly, this area is inhumane.
When peace came in 1975, some former inmates chose to stay in Con Dao. Mr. Bai Wang is one of them. In the early days of his capture, Bai Wang spent most of his time in the so-called American-style tiger cages.
Phòng này chỉ thấy được có 4 mét vuông á. Ở là 6 người.
6 người.
6 người là ít. Còn 7-8 người nữa. Nên tiêu tiểu trong lúc này. Như vậy thôi chứ không có gì mà khó hết. Cho nên nóng lực bụi cát này nó vướng. Rồi nó đóng cửa vô nữa, đóng cửa là rầm đóng tiếng động. Vô nhà tù tôi sợ nhất là đi vô một mình nhớ lại cái cũ á, nhớ lại chuyện cũ thấy buồn. Cái thứ hai là như tôi nói hồi nãy là cái tiếng động của xe ô tô, cái kèn xe ô tô. Tôi đi qua mặt xe ô tô là tôi phải chậm lại ngừng lại chứ thôi nó bóp kèn để nó đóng cửa.
Tại sao Chu Dai lại ở đây?
Ở lại đó lúc đó tôi còn trẻ mà. Nhà nước kêu gọi ở lại xây dựng con đảo. Ở lại làm thời gian. Ở lại thấy cũng được, ở luôn.
Sir, I feel really privileged to be sitting here at this particular place with this gentleman. This place which represented so much struggle, so many hardships. Chatting to him and spending some time with him, I can see that he's found peace, and both him and this place deserve better. I know he's very happy because he's based here with his family at the moment. Okay. Châu cảm ơn chú rất nhiều.
Hẹn gặp lại.
Cảm ơn.
From the 200 families that chose to stay in Con Dao in 1975, the population of the island has grown to some 7,000 people so far. Like Mr. Bai Wang said, those who have lived here have easily developed a connection to it. I can tell it is true, as just spending a few days in these islands, I've heard good stories and enjoyed the best beaches in Vietnam. I believe more is waiting for me in my adventure.
Good day, how are you?
Very good, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Larry
My name is
Bernier,
Warble, and you are?
an American diving master,
Larry. So I
and
think
his
we're
wife
gonna
Quing
spend the day
have
with
been
you.
running
Hopefully
their
you can
own
give us a
diving
bit more
classes
insight
in Con
into
Dao for
what
the
it
past
entails
5 years.
to go diving.
Falling in love with the
Yes,
island's
diving
beauty
before. Yes,
upon
I
his
have.
very first visit, Larry quickly decided to
Thank you
move
very
here
much for
from
having
Ho
us.
Chi Minh
My
City.
pleasure. Awesome. Great. Thank you. Cheers.
Concerned about the health of the coral reef, Larry considers his daily diving class a lookout for illegal fishing nets or turtle egg poachers. He also provides information to international tourists.
Okay, so I'm about to head to Hon Thai and I'm super excited. So we're just going to get myself configured with the right apparel, some goggles, some fins, and a really comfortable wetsuit.
We are on the north side of Con Dao Island, and we have unseasonably lovely visibility right now. If you have a look behind the boat, you can see that coral down there. It is beautiful.
Just in terms of your dive experience, how does Con Dao rank in relation to other places you've dived in the world?
Okay, Vietnam does not have a reputation as being a great diving location. It's not the Philippines, it's not Malaysia, it's not certain parts of Mexico. However, this place in April ranks up there among the best dives that I've ever had. So Vietnam, this is the place.
For sure. Awesome. And I can see you're really passionate about the waters around you. I mean, just anything else in terms of Con Dao that you really enjoy?
The quiet. Something that a lot of my customers say, this is an amazing place to spend 3 or 4 days after a month crazy traveling in Vietnam, to wind down, relax, take in their whole trip before they head home. That's a very, very common sentiment. Sit down here for me.
Great, so just getting my BCD on, which is my compression belt. And obviously this device helps us, my buoyancy compression belt, and this will help us in terms of buoyancy from having difficulty going up, just decrease the air, from having difficulty going down, vice versa. And then this is obviously my regulator, which is all my breathing will take place through this bad boy.
Fringing the archipelago is about 1,000 hectares of coral reef. More than 340 species of coral have been identified, the highest density recorded in any one locality in Vietnam's coastal waters. My dive adventure is just great. I find a world full of colors just under the surface. According to Larry, the visibility is some 10 meters. Not perfect, but enough for me to see the fish and the kaleidoscopic corals, which are huge and healthy.
Enjoy, huh?
Wow,
Nearly to enjoy.
that was incredible. Just some of the better coral life I've seen down there. Wow, incredible, incredible.
Good.
Great. Cheers, Larry.
My pleasure.
Con Dao is not only famous for its pristine white sand and coral reefs. The archipelago's 16 islands are an attractive habitat for different kinds of birds, including the edible nest swiftlet. The swiftlets make their nests entirely of saliva in caves wedged into the island's steep limestone cliffs. Twice a year, the nests are harvested for sale. According to the park staff, the swift population here is stable and even increasing.
So we've reached the next leg of our destination. This is Hon Bom Lam, and it derives its name because the Vietnamese believe it looks like a slice of cake. I'm hoping to find a bit more luck in terms of actually spotting swallow bird's nest.
On Con Dao Island, swiftlet nests are guarded and harvested by experienced people who come from the industry center in Khai Ngoai province.
Em chào anh.
Giới thiệu đây là anh Nhật, tổ phó tổ bảo vệ yến Hoàng Văn Lan.
Vâng, vâng.
Đây là anh Châu,
Anh Châu.
cán bộ kỹ thuật của trung tâm lý sản Con Đảo.
Vâng, xin chào các anh. Tôi tên là Rodwell.
Từ từ. Đây là độ sâu của hang là từ đây xuống đó là 20 mét. Từ miệng hang này đi ra ngoài miệng hang ngoài là 30 mét.
Vâng, vâng. So down there it looks precarious and treacherous. I don't think I have enough courage to do that as of yet. Anh có đường khác không?
Có, ở miệng ngoài có đi bộ xuống.
Vâng, khó làm không?
Đi đây cực hơn, đi ra ngoài nó dễ đi.
Vâng, vâng. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the other way, climbing down along the rock face. Ciao. Wow, let's do this. Too big for this. Okay, so we've just entered one of these caves. It's beyond me how these guys have found one of these. Incredibly tight down here. We've just started the navigation process. Put my life in Ang Cho's hands. Just show me the technique, how to leverage my body between the two walls of the cave. Okay, wish us luck.
Quay mặt quay đây. Quay cái mặt hướng mặt tôi bên đây nè. Quay mặt quay đây. Cắm vô đây nè, rồi bó vô vậy.
And my girlfriend is going to kill me for ruining a new shirt she bought me for this trip. Okay. Okay. Get in there. Okay, calm down. Okay, we've made it down to this terrace, which is manufactured out of bamboo. Okay, oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is incredible. Incredible. Tối nay bắt được chưa?
Hiện giờ là chưa bắt được. Nữa khai thác cổ là chờ chim nó bay đi rồi mình mới được khai thác cổ.
Vâng. So what he just told me that it's about 2 more days before these baby birds are strong enough, confident enough, courageous enough to fly away. So they're still in the process of maturing. But wow. So this is what a nest looks like up close in person. Looks like it's been manufactured out of some sort of resin. This is just incredible. I'm going to quickly put it to my nose just to kind of get a proper whiff of what it smells like. Okay, so I can smell the bird. Wow. Incredible. Anh xin cảm ơn. Rất vui. Anh lắm.
Absolutely the best way to get around and hop the islands is by boat. It is amazing to enjoy the nature around you and see what surprises you next.
Oh, dolphin! From swallow nests to dolphins. Speech, wow, incredible! Wow! Wow, a whole school of dolphins! This is madness! Speechless! Oh, wow! Wow! Coming to Con Dao, I was a bit skeptical at first. Obviously, hearing the analogy of it being hell on earth. But once you see a massive school of dolphins, I mean, this rings true to the analogy. This is paradise. Like right now, feeling incredibly blessed, incredibly blessed.
It's stunning to see them by chance. And as my adventure in Con Dao still ahead,
Wow.
please tune in to the next Vietnam discovery.
It's been an absolutely incredible experience. I've just been able to experience things that I never thought were possible, especially in Vietnam. Just trying to get in touch with nature a bit more, like Con Dao provided so many opportunities to do that. Wow. Just hearing some stories as well from all the folks who have been based here for a lot of time just kind of made me understand it a bit more, kind of get to know the beat of this place, you know. And wow, what a beat it had.
I am still on Con Dao Island and my trip is going on. Been living in Vietnam for a while. I have never got bored of the sound and sight of local markets in the morning. All exotic tastes awaken my senses and I soon feel full of energy to start my adventure.
I got the power. Come into your life, I'm Con Dao, that's me. Yes, my name is Rodwell, you can't see me. Because I've never been coming here before, I'm gonna come and surprise you like you've never been wanting to be so. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our next installment of Vietnam Discovery. I'm coming to you from the Con Dao region. Now on this specific trip, I'm actually making my way to one of the 16 islands that make up this region. In Vietnamese, it's called Hon Bai Cang. The most important thing about this special little island is that turtles, green turtles, migrate here between the months of May and October to nest. Now I'm keen to see some of this. I hope you folks back home want to see this as well. Once again, welcome to Vietnam Discovery.
Within Con Dao National Park, there are 14 beaches reporting marine turtle nesting. The largest spawning area include Bai Cang Island.
Okay, great. So I'm at one of the angles on Bai Cang Island. And this angle is of particular importance because it houses the famous lighthouse that was built by the French in the 19th century. Now this is a must-see when coming to the Con Dao region, just to admire the architecture. I've been told that the lighthouse itself stands up at 226 meters high. I'm really keen to check it out. Come follow me.
Look at these little guys. They are quite huge compared with the normal ants I often see in the city. Lucky me, I don't get bitten by them.
Oh wow. This tree is incredibly fascinating.
such a complex route network. I'd love to know how long this tree's been here for. Wow. If I was still 15 years old, I'd definitely be climbing this tree. But I'm on a mission. I want to get to that lighthouse. Just get that little fella out of danger. I fear for his life. Let's get him off the footpath. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, so apparently the lighthouse is supposed to have some incredible panoramic views, but I do not see anything wrong with this at all. Oh wow, so you can see down there in that corner over there, that's where I started. Wow, you can actually see the ocean. You can see where the low-lying sand goes, and then you can see the line where it actually gets a little bit deeper. Incredible. Wow. Is it high? Is it high? Tuyệt vời. Xin chào anh.
Xin chào.
Có khỏe không?
Khỏe.
Rất khỏe. Anh tên là gì?
Mình tên Tùng.
Tùng. Tôi tên là Rodua.
Dạ.
Tôi muốn nhìn nhà đền được không?
Dạ, ok.
Vâng, cảm ơn nha.
Xin mời.
Okay.
Thick walls braced the huge arched entrance and long windows that opened out to a long, wide portico all around. Inside, a spacious corridor flanked by rooms on both sides led to the spiral staircase and up into the beacon tower.
Okay, so this wheel must have been some sort of power source back in the day. Obviously now we have electricity and technology. Obviously back in the day it had to be manually powered, and I can imagine them just working and working this wheel just to get that light to rotate and obviously warn all the ships and all the vessels around. Wow. Okay. And then we get to this plaque over here, which tells us that it was clearly French, with the names Barbier and Fenestre. Constructeurs, Paris, 1885. So this thing is older than a century, getting on to 150 years now. Wow, definitely stood the test of time.
Let's relax to marvel at the vantage views of the sea and the neighboring islands from the top. This is marvelous. The sand flat here is actually the dead coral reef flat, and it's very narrow and steep. What an awesomely lovely but lonely oceanic heartland.
Mỏng quá.
Rất mỏng.
Anh tên gì?
Anh tên là Rodwell. Rodwell.
Em là Đức.
Đức hả?
Cậu này là Chí.
Chí.
Chào anh.
Vâng. Thầy mình phải làm gì ở đây?
Anh em ở đây thứ nhất là bảo vệ tài nguyên rừng và biển, thứ hai là bảo vệ cứu hộ rùa biển
Vâng,
để
vâng,
rùa mẹ lên đẻ an toàn.
vâng. Có ai mình nhé?
Có 2 anh em.
Ở đây nhiều con rùa không?
Đêm thi thoảng có rùa mẹ lên đẻ trứng, nhưng mà không nhiều bằng bên bể cạnh.
Vâng, vâng. Nước lấy từ đâu?
Nước này nước mưa được tiếp tế từ bên trạm chính, trạm bể cạnh.
Vâng. Bao nhiêu lít?
1 lít này là một can này là 30 lít.
Vâng.
Thì anh em sống được 2 ngày.
Vâng.
So they were telling me that earlier on it's extremely hot here, so they'll spend most of the day in the forest, and then they'll come down towards the beach when it gets a bit cooler. So you can see behind me, the living conditions are very minimal, but I think they derive their reward from seeing the turtles return back to the sea. So I mean, all I can say is just the two of them is just, they're doing a fantastic job out here, so big ups to them.
Protected as a natural reserve, Dao Island is worthwhile for those who want to escape from urban noise and get lost in nature's beauty and fresh air. The main flat sand of Batlone Beach is home to various sea turtles that often lay eggs at night time.
Wow, so this beach is incredibly pristine, and there's a reason for that. Obviously during the high season there's this influx of turtles coming to breed and nest here. So this place is particularly well protected. You will not find a single boat or a single fisherman around here. So clearly the turtles come first.
Life is slow on the island, waiting for the night. In return, I enjoy both the silence on the beach and the welcoming excitement of the local park rangers in the volleyball match.
Bạn ở Việt Nam bao lâu rồi?
I also feel privileged to have dinner with the group, which includes 5 park rangers and a conservation specialist, Mr. Hum.
Bạn nghĩ da này giòn ngon lắm.
Nhiều lần ở đây.
Apparently, during the high season from July to August, the management board of Con Dao National Park is often in lack of personnel resources to carry out the turtle conservation program.
So as you can see behind me, we've got a full moon, and I think the signs are ominous. I've got a great feeling about tonight. But Ang Humoy did mention earlier on that the moon, when it's in full force, does bring its own challenges. Obviously with the moon shining, we'll be able to see these turtles a lot better, but also there won't be as many because the turtles are very sensitive to light and noise. Anh Humoy, các anh làm muôn tệ.
Do cái mực nước thủy triều lên, có ngày thì nó lên đầu hôm 7 giờ nó lên thì làm sớm, nghỉ sớm. Còn như mấy ngày hôm nay thì cứ 1-2-3 giờ sáng thì anh em phải túc trực làm từ đây cho đến sáng luôn, đến 6 giờ sáng luôn.
Vâng, vâng.
Con rùa này đã được đeo thẻ theo dõi.
Vâng, vâng.
Thẻ xong, bây giờ nó còn về biển.
Vâng. Okay, so as Mr. Hum has just told me, this is the first turtle we've seen. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it lay any eggs. So what we're going to do is we're just going to see its safe passage back into the ocean, and then we'll carry on searching the beach for more turtles and more eggs, obviously. But wow, this is a big boy. must be over 150 kgs. Incredible. Incredible. Bye bye. Hẹn gặp lại. Vui vẻ.
Female turtles tend to lay their eggs 50 to 100 centimeters below the level of the sand, above the high tide line. They use their flippers to make a hole. Tonight, we are the midwives of the shy animals. During the high season, 10 to 20 turtles are recorded nesting on beaches on Dao Island every night. The turtles nesting in Con Dao account for 85% of the national total.
Cái tỷ lệ mà nở trứng này thì nó rất cao. Bạn có thể cầm xem. Những cái quả trứng rùa này trong vòng 6 tiếng thì cái phôi của cái trứng này nó không có hoạt động. Cho nên mình được phép di chuyển nó, di dời nó về hồ ấp. Sở dĩ di dời nó là vì trong những năm gần đây do cái sự biến đổi khí hậu toàn cầu, cái khả năng bị nước biển ngập là rất cao. Hơn nữa là quả trứng này thì ở ngoài thị trường bán cho khách du lịch có thể là hơn 150.000. Cho nên là cái đối tượng mà để rình săn bắt những quả trứng này là rất nhiều.
So, as Mr. Hum has just been alluding, he's been saying that with the eggs, if they are stored in temperatures below 26 degrees, they generally become males. Between 26 and 30 degrees, 50-50, it can go either way. But once it hits above 30 degrees, they generally become females. Wow. Reminds me of an everyday ping pong ball you'll be able to pick up at any sports store. So myself and Anh Hum have just finished collecting these eggs. What we're going to do now is we're going to take them back to the incubation area, and then obviously they'll be buried where they'll be prepared, and hopefully out of these 120 we've collected, hopefully 120 hatch. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Trứng quá nhiều. Sau đây thì chúng ta sẽ bỏ nhẹ nhàng. Bỏ nhẹ nhàng những cái trứng này. đưa nó về đây, mình vùi cho nó như thế này thì sau 50 đến 55 ngày
Vâng.
thì nó sẽ nở thành những chú rùa con.
Gần 2 tháng.
Gần 2 tháng.
After hatching, the young turtles may take 3 to 7 days to dig their way to the surface. Most hatchlings usually wait until night to emerge from the nest. In nature, they leave the nest and head to the water in groups, which can expose them to many predators. Here in Dao Island, the hatchlings are safe until they reach the water.
Anh Hưng ơi, làm thế nào để biết con trai hay con gái?
Thường thì con đực cái đuôi nó dài hơn,
Vâng.
con cái nó ngắn hơn. Đây là kinh nghiệm của anh em thôi, tức là vẫn phân biệt được con đực và con cái. Thường á, con trưởng thành thì cái con đực là cái đuôi to hơn, nó dài hơn. Còn con cái thì ngắn hơn.
Vâng.
Lớn.
Cái này con gì?
Con này con cái. Con này so với con này thì đứng rõ ràng là con cái, con này đuôi nó ngắn hơn. Con này đuôi to dài hơn. Quê anh có rùa này không?
Không phải. Nam Phi không có rùa xanh, nhưng mà có rùa nâu.
Rùa nâu.
Vâng.
Rùa nước ngọt.
Vâng.
Ôi.
Ôi trời ơi, anh Hưng ơi, nhiều quá. Anh nghĩ có bao nhiêu con?
Tối nay nhiều. Khoảng 1.700 con.
1.700 con?
Vâng, gần bằng cái tối hôm qua. Tối hôm qua tới 2.000 con.
Wow.
The night went fast. The park rangers start their patrol early after releasing batches of baby turtles to the sea. What does the head of the station look at? He may be estimating how many mother turtles will come tonight. And me, it's time to see some babies off.
Anh Hưng ơi, bao nhiêu con rùa sẽ sống?
Theo các nhà khoa học tính toán thì đến khi mà con rùa trưởng thành thì tỷ lệ nó sống chỉ khoảng 1/1000 thôi.
Vâng.
Bây giờ mình thả 1.000 con thì sau 35 năm trưởng thành để khi con rùa quay về đây đã đẻ thì chỉ có 1 con thôi.
Vâng, nhưng mà tại sao ít thế?
Nó bị nhiều cái tác động của con người có, tác động của tự nhiên có. Lúc đang bé này nó bơi ra biển thì bị các loài cá lớn ăn, cũng có thể các loài cá lớn ăn, rồi bị cua kẹp, rồi bị dính vào lưới các ngư dân, rồi đến khi lớn trưởng thành thì bị săn bắt. Nói chung là rất nhiều cái tác động ảnh hưởng tới rùa.
Vâng.
Mỗi lần chúng tôi đem rùa thả như thế này thì chúng tôi đều nuôi một cái hy vọng rằng mong muốn rằng những chú rùa này sẽ sống sót.
Vâng.
Và sau 35 năm trưởng thành thì hy vọng là chúng nó sẽ quay về đẻ trứng.
Great, so he's happy, I'm happy. Let's put these back into their natural habitat.
When a hatchling reaches the surf, it dives into a wave and rides the undertow out to sea. A swim frenzy of continuous swimming takes place for about 24 to 48 hours after the hatchling enters the water. This frantic activity gets the young turtle into deeper water, where it is less vulnerable to predators. Live well, my little friends. Since 1994, the management board of Con Dao National Park has implemented a marine turtle conservation program. The Guinness Book of Vietnam Records has listed Con Dao for releasing the highest number of hatchlings.